be best friends with you, go out with you, have a baby with you. Oh, wait a minute, I did all those things. Or maybe I'm just not giving you enough credit.
No group of TV pals has sparked more laughs and debates than the Friends gang in their New York coffeehouse days. Yet beneath Ross's dorky quirks lies a surprisingly sharp edge that helped him outthink his friends time after time. Get ready to count down 12 classic moments when Ross proved he was the brainiest one in the bunch. Number 1. 12 times Ross was the smartest on Friends. Let's go back to the heart of Friends in 1994, a living room filled with mismatched furniture and 6 inseparable friends. Ross Geller, armed with his paleontology PhD and an awkwardly earnest charm, often served as the group's emotional translator. One of his shining moments came when the sparks between Joey and Rachel caused a tangle of nerves, jealousy, and unspoken longing. Ross didn't just rely on his encyclopedic dinosaur knowledge here. He calmly gathered his friends, naming each hidden feeling, and helped them sift through the chaos with patience. As Chandler cracked wise and Monica worried, Ross remained the steady, thoughtful core. When he gently explained the importance of honesty and vulnerability, you could practically hear the audience holding its breath. In that moment, Ross's intelligence shone, not just book smart, but wise, empathetic, and deeply human. Sometimes the greatest smarts aren't found in a textbook. They're found across a coffee table, helping your friends talk things out. Next, let's see how wisdom pops up in the most unlikely moments. Number 2. Outsmarting the apartment swap rules. Season 4, Episode 12. It's late night New York, and 6 friends huddle around a makeshift scoreboard in Monica's living room. The stakes are high. Monica and Rachel's apartment versus Chandler and Joey's beloved recliners. At the heart of the iconic trivia bet is Ross, sleeves pushed up, eyes gleaming with nerdy determination. He's memorized every rule, every sneaky loophole, and he's not about to let anything slip past him. In Season 4, Episode 12, Ross presides over the game with calm logic, calculating each answer and enforcing consequences without a hint of bias. His unwavering attention to detail means Monica and Rachel can't weasel their way out. You could almost hear the tension crackle when he reads out the final, impossible question. Without Ross's ironclad oversight, the electric swap of apartments, and every joke that followed, might never have happened. For the friends, it's apartment pride. For Ross, it's all about the rules, and this time, everyone learns that brains really do win the day. As the cheers fade and laughter fills the room, the city's lights remind us that even nerdy know-it-alls have their moment to shine. Number 3. 12 times Ross was the smartest on Friends. Through the chaos of the Friends finale, one thing stands out. Ross's brain working overtime. Everyone else is tangled in panic and half-baked plans. But Ross, ever the paleontologist with a heart, takes a quiet breath and pieces it all together. He's the only one who notices Rachel's original flight to Paris was changed, tracing the booking switch and realizing she's on a different plane entirely. With this spark of deduction, he races to the airport, not just with love driving him, but with his distinctive academic logic leading the way. It's a move straight out of Season 10, Episode 17, where textbooks meet romance and quick thinking saves the day. Without his sharp mind, the finale's ending would have looked very different. In the city that never sleeps, it was Ross's clarity that cut through the noise, reminding us all that sometimes the head and the heart have to work together to pull off a perfect ending. Number 4. Winning Custody and Mastering Parenting Lingo, Season 6, Episode 5. You can almost hear Ross Geller's voice, confidently spouting off terms like joint custody while correcting Chandler's questionable understanding of legal lingo. In the mid-episode flurries of Friends, Ross doesn't just flex his paleontology degree. He's an unlikely master in navigating the tricky terrain of co-parenting with Carol. Season 6, Episode 5 finds him locked in a debate with his ex over Ben's playdates. But instead of shutting down, Ross brings a calm, heartfelt logic to the table. He draws on more than textbook smarts. It's an emotional intelligence rarely credited to him, but crystal clear here. While Monica and Joey mix up parenting jargon, Ross holds court, even mediating little Ben's confused questions about family. It's a rare sitcom moment where the punchline gives way to real emotional stakes, making Ross shine well outside the museum. In a series that loves to paint him as the dork, This episode proves sometimes the brainy guy wins the heart game too. The laughter fades, but Ross's clever, compassionate touch lingers as the apartment door swings open for the next adventure. Number 5. The prank on Chandler with the hug and roll. Picture this, a New York apartment filled with laughter and the clatter of mismatched furniture. In Season 4's Episode 8, Ross pulls Joey aside to teach him a maneuver so surprisingly clever, it takes on a life of its own. The hug and roll, Ross insists, is foolproof, a method for escaping the clutches of an affectionate partner without waking them. Step 1. Initiate the hug. Step 2. Roll away, gently, cool as a scientist at work. When Chandler becomes the unwitting test subject, Ross's predictions ring true. Chandler wakes up exactly as Ross described, mystified and flustered. It's classic Ross, a cocktail of paleontology-level logic, psychological insight, and pure sibling mischief. Only a PhD like Ross could turn snuggling into a controlled experiment. This moment is peak Friends brilliance, where even the most ridiculous predicaments are solved with a chalkboard's worth of planning. And beneath the sandy throw pillows and city glow, you see that Ross doesn't just know dinosaurs. He understands people to their core. That's genius you can feel in the laugh track. Next up, the antics only get messier. Let's pause for a second. Did you ever try a sneaky move to avoid waking someone on the couch? Or did your best-laid plans totally backfire? Share your funniest friend or sibling escape stories with us in the comments below. Number 6. Quick wedding vocabulary at Emily's ceremony. Season 4, Episode 24. The tension at Emily's wedding fills the air, with guests hovering on the edge of bewilderment. It's not just nerves or the unfamiliar London setting that rattles everyone. It's the little things, like American wedding jargon colliding with British tradition. Enter Ross, usually the butt of jokes, now suddenly the voice of reason. He calmly explains that usher means a sort of ceremonial guide, smoothing confusion for the visiting Brits. It's a tiny moment tucked into Season 4, Episode 24, but in that crowded hall, Ross's worldly streak hushes the anxious chatter and keeps the day on track. Even as misunderstandings threaten to derail the ceremony, his careful clarity makes space for everyone to breathe. Here, Ross isn't just the paleontologist obsessed with fossils. He's the kind of friend who can bridge cultures on cue, translating not just words, but feelings. In these high-stress moments, his logic isn't a punchline. It's the reason family from 2 continents can smile together. As the last explanations ripple through the pews, you can almost feel the crowd settle, just in time for the real drama to begin. Number 7. 12 times Ross was the smartest on Friends. He might have been the butt of about 1,000 dinosaur jokes, but Ross Geller was often the sharpest mind in the room. Take Season 4, Episode 12. The one with the embryos. The group's infamous trivia contest spins into chaos, and while Monica and Rachel bicker with Joey and Chandler over who knows whom best, Ross keeps his cool. He's the only one soberly enforcing the game's rules, adjudicating disputes, and remembering everyone's habits. While the rest forget Chandler's job, or spiral into shouting about switch questions, Ross holds the line, making sure the answers are real, the stakes are clear, and nobody gets away with a sneaky loophole. David Schwimmer's measured delivery here has just the right dose of exasperation and intellect. While his friends' antics fly fast and loud, Ross is always a step ahead, calmly refereeing the mayhem back toward structure. In the wild energy of 90s New York, sometimes the cleverest move was simply knowing the rules better than anyone else. And for Ross, that was second nature. Number 8. Nailing the pivot plan. Season 5, Episode 16. The sound of Ross shrieking, "Pivot," still echoes through pop culture, but behind the meme was a rare flash of real problem-solving genius. In this iconic 1999 episode, Ross wrangles Monica and Chandler into helping him move a heavy white couch up a narrow walk-up. While laughter erupts as their arms tangle and the sofa jams in the stairwell, Ross is the only one tackling the problem like a scientist. He calculates angles, mutters about geometry, and tries to orchestrate the best route. Ross's reputation for overcomplicating things finally pays off, as he's the lone friend mapping out the steps, even if his instructions get, well, a little lost in translation. The others roll their eyes, but here, his brain is working overtime, channeling all those paleontology lectures into a real-world crisis. It's the kind of moment you remember for its chaos, but also for the brief shine of Ross Geller logic. reminding us that sometimes overthinking is just thinking ahead. And as the episode fades, you can almost hear that yell echo from every stairwell you've ever tried to navigate. Number 9. Speaking fluent Dinosaur. The chalky scent of a lecture hall, the crunch of celery as he snacked while reading. Ross Geller could make the world of paleontology almost cool. In Friends, from its debut in 1994, Ross's PhD wasn't just a punchline, it was his superpower. Whether leading the gang through the shiny halls of the museum or correcting Joey's wild ideas about evolution, Ross's deadpan delivery packed more factoids than a stack of National Geographic magazines. Who can forget the time he schooled a stranger about the difference between a velociraptor and a Deinonychus, or when he patiently explained the importance of the Cretaceous period to a bored Chandler? His encyclopedic brain stumped his friends and left viewers secretly rooting for dinosaurs. Ross's devotion to his field poked gentle fun at the know-it-all, but there's no denying he made fossil talk fun. Every time his voice shifted into those teacherly tones, you heard the years of study, and maybe, just maybe, learned a thing or two by osmosis. Next, we dig even deeper into the colorful quirks that made Friends more than just 6 pals sitting on a couch. Number 10. Winning the Trivia Game Season 4, Episode 12. Every friend group has a know-it-all, and on Friends, Ross wears that badge with pride, never more so than during the unforgettable trivia showdown in Season 4. In this classic episode, Ross turns game show host, firing off questions that leave Monica and Rachel completely flustered. From obscure lightning round categories like ancient history to the tricky one about Chandler's mysterious job, his questions are precise, clever, and just a little unfair. It's Ross's encyclopedic memory, honed since childhood, that drives the contest, proving he knows details nobody else would ever remember. The stakes are high, the girl's apartment on the line, and it's Ross's careful crafting that turns silly trivia into serious competition. When Monica and Rachel are stumped by Ross's slyly specific clues, it's clear, on Friends, brains win the day. His smirk says it all. Sometimes, knowing everything about your friends is the ultimate superpower. Next, we find out what happens when that knowledge shifts the entire group's dynamic. Number 11. The Unagi Principle, Season 6, Episode 17. A sushi roll and a state of mind, according to Ross Geller. Who can forget the moment in Season 6 when Ross confidently explains to Monica and Rachel that true self-defense means achieving something he calls Unagi, total awareness. While the others burst out laughing, dismissing his idea as another classic Ross-ism, David Schwimmer's character takes it deadly serious, launching into mock attacks until the very end. His commitment becomes hilarious, yet also reveals a layer of intelligence. Ross is, after all, the only one seriously considering readiness. Airing in February 2000 on NBC, this episode cracked up millions with its mix of slapstick and absurd logic, while slyly reminding viewers that sometimes the overly cautious, even paranoid friend just might be right. There's a fine line between ridiculous and prepared, and in the world of Central Perk, Ross is always looking both ways before he crosses it. As we pivot from mental prowess to the next iconic moment, keep your own sense of Unagi sharp. Number 12. Ross corrects the "it's on the same line" error, Season 4, Episode 12. Picture the chaos of 6 friends sprawled across Monica's apartment, pieces of flat-pack furniture scattered everywhere, instructions nowhere in sight. There's confusion, there's bickering. But then, Ross steps up. With a calm authority only he could muster, he reminds everyone, the short end goes with the short end. Suddenly, what seemed impossible clicked into place. This moment, tucked into Season 4 of Friends, is vintage Ross Geller, the detail-oriented guy whose brain power often overshadowed his social awkwardness. Played brilliantly by David Schwimmer, Ross's knack for remembering specifics, even in the messiest moments, turned everyday problems into shared victories. It's in these flashes, when his knowledge makes life easier for everyone else, that Ross really shines. The group's stunned gratitude lingers, proof that even among all the quips and chaos, there's room for a little nerdy diligence. As the last hex bolt tightens, you're left smiling, reminded how heroes sometimes come armed with nothing more than a set of instructions and a sharp memory.